welcome to Sisters in Song. Why don't you take a minute to introduce yourself and tell us where you're coming to us from tonight?
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I'm Natalie Del Carmen. I'm a singer-songwriter. I'm based in Los Angeles, California. I love it here. And yeah, where are you guys from?
We are in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yes,
Awesome.
far
Very
away from
cool.
you.
Are you Los Angeles native or just California native?
I am. I've been born and raised in LA. It's always been kind of hard to leave. I always tell people sometimes I go back and forth, like maybe I'll move to Nashville. That's on the list, I think. But I don't know. It's been hard to leave. I have a lot of family here and stuff as well. So yeah.
It's home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
totally
right.
get that. That's why we haven't left Omaha.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah.
So tell us how you got started in your career as a musician, songwriter. Tell us all the things.
Awesome. Yeah. Now that you kind of like look back and stuff, I came from a very like artistic family, so I feel very blessed that art is very like celebrated in my household, and being put into music lessons at around like 8 or 9 years old was something that stuck, and I'm glad that was offered to me. I've been writing music since I was like a preteen with all my preteen emotions, I'm sure. So that's kind of where that started. And it's really just grown from there. I would say I've always been writing music. It's my lifelong passion. It's definitely changed a lot as I've started, and I've kind of switched into the country Americana thing a lot later in life, but I think I was running from it for a long time. So I think I've been writing in that genre for a long time. I didn't really grow up on it. So I think it wasn't cool to, pursue that kind of music. So I just took a lot longer, but it's definitely a calling, I would say.
So I'm going to pick your brain a little bit about that too, because you're
Yeah.
from the city. We're from the country. So to us, pastures,
Yeah.
we see
I'm
them.
not really familiar. We are, but
We are. We live in the city now, but
yes, we grew up on a farm.
yes. So pastures to us, we see them all the time. But you're being in the city. How did you pick a name like that for your brand new album?
Yeah, you guys are probably the two best people to interview for this exact topic. I was thinking the other day, well, I called it Pastures because it's a coming of age album about being in your 20s and how hard it is to be in your early 20s mentally, and the things you had planned as a teenager that you thought would come to fruition very quickly, you realize don't, and you kind of realize life moves a lot slower and in ways that you didn't expect than you did when you were 18 years old. So the whole album is about family and friendships and pressure from society to amount to something very quickly at a young age. And yeah, and I guess to your point about calling it Pastures, it was essentially at the beginning more about how life is just big and open, and that's a blessing as much as it is very scary that you could go anywhere at some point in your life. And yeah, growing up in LA, it's weird because I've always had a pull to more small town life, which is interesting. And I feel like I write a lot about that in music, but you usually see it the other way around, where it's like you grow a small town and you want to move to a city.
Yeah.
So I've learned to appreciate both. I think I'm like, I don't, I, it's like I need to live in a city, but I also need to take a break sometimes. So I have to figure out still how I'm gonna like blend those lives together, but we'll see. Yeah.
I love that's a great explanation too.
Yes.
So
Thanks.
when does the album come out?
It comes out January 30th, so top of next year. And we're about three singles in. I have one more coming out on Friday. So this is a great time for that as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, yeah, how you were releasing singles. So that's great. So
Yes.
what do you think is the hardest part about being a musician?
Wow. It's a great question. That is a great question. Um, Obviously the music part comes easy. I think for all artists, if it could be that all of the time, it would probably be simple. I think it's currently right now about connecting how you show up in the world with what you write. So I think being an artist right now is a lot about being online. Obviously, you guys, you run this, it's awesome. It's on YouTube, you promote it, and there's like a huge gap between like art and the way that art is sold. So I think I'm dealing with that a lot right now. And I just want who listen to feel like there's authenticity to it. And that can be really difficult on TikTok when you're just trying to like get a name out there.
Yeah.
So I'd say that's been the hardest part about releasing music professionally. Yeah,
And it's so time consuming too, to do all of the things and
it
be
is.
everywhere all at once.
Yeah. And
Absolutely.
it's crazy because the generation that you're growing up in,
Yeah.
that's everything to everyone. You know, everybody's on social media, everybody's putting stuff out there. So kudos to you for staying authentic and you know, being true to yourself. That's what it's all about. So
Thank
fantastic.
you. Yeah. I love the concept of social media because I sort of grew up on it towards like the end of my preteen era, but at the same time, like I understand how difficult it is. So it's like I am happy that I do like social media, at least to an extent. So that makes it easier to be on it.
So let's talk a little bit about songwriting.
Cool.
How do you see a song from start to finish? Do you usually start with lyrics or melody, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, I'm a big proponent about learning an instrument. I don't know if I can totally do one or the other. It's never music first. It's either lyrics first. If it is lyrics first, I have to have like burned something to the ground enough to like make sure I really know what I want to say. And usually it's very long-winded, and then I just figure out how to put it to music and cut it down. But I'd say 98% of the time I'm writing at the same time. So it's kind of just flushing out top to bottom is usually how I write. Yeah.
Now, and you play what instruments?
I play guitar mainly. I grew up playing piano. I kind of abandoned that, which is sad because I wish I had kept that going. I think for a long time it felt like the stuff I was writing on piano was very ballad, and I was trying to go more into the folk. I'm like, something's not connecting, so I just had to move on. And I do banjo a little bit recently as well. I'm like trying to teach myself banjo. Yeah.
Cool. Did you
Yeah,
teach yourself guitar as well?
I did. Yes. Yeah.
We
I
are
like
learning
yeah.
guitar.
I'm not like I don't think I could teach someone guitar. Like when people ask, I'm like, you just like get good at the same things and then you just don't quite know how to explain it to other people. But yeah.
Just keep working at it.
I
right?
feel
Yeah.
that because I feel like I cannot explain things to
Yes.
anyone. So I totally get that.
Yeah.
What do you do when you have creative block? What's the word I'm looking for here? Writer's
Writer's
block.
block. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
blocked from the word.
dealing yes, no, yes, writer's block. I'm dealing with that a lot right now, so you caught me at a good time. I think I try not to just put pressure on it. Like the industry will put a lot of pressure on you to get music out quickly, and it's important to do that. So I kind of just like let that sit there. But I have to take weeks where I don't do anything. I'm not a huge believer in like go every day, write something every day. I think there's some times where that's beneficial, but if it's not going to come, it's just not going to come. And I've come to accept and love the part of myself that writes a lot of songs at one time of life, and then I don't for a while. And then I write a lot of songs again. So I know it's always going to come back. So I try not to think about it. That makes sense. Yeah.
No, it does. I like
Yeah,
that.
and I think it's totally okay that that's what works for you. You
Yeah.
don't have to write every day. And I know there are some people that are just rigid about that, write every day,
Yes.
write every day. But if that's not what works for you, then why?
Yeah.
I think if I ever wrote for as a staff writer or anything, I would have to do that. I'd have to get good at churning the brain when you don't want to. But as an artist, I'm like, I don't have to do that. So I just do. Yeah.
You can put your beautiful music out as
That's
you
right.
see it coming
That's
in.
right.
For sure.
Do you find that you write from personal experience more than like observation or imagination?
Yeah. Actually, the first word you said, I'd say I write from observation 90% of the time. A lot of my earlier stuff, like regarding like love and all that, was more personal, but a lot of the next album is personal too. But at least the stuff I'm writing now, I'm like big on like studying people and understanding why people make decisions, whether they're good or bad. And I try to write from that angle, I guess. So I like observing a lot recently.
Yeah. Have you ever written a song that you were like, this is too personal, I can't share this with anyone?
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a couple on the next record and maybe the one after that for sure. Yeah. But I'm gonna release it anyway because I think if you find a way to write a song that's like bird's eye view, you're not like directly outing anybody and all that, and it's written in a way that's personal and it's not mean and all that, I kind of don't have a problem with it because no one's going to really know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And and
Well,
it feels personal to me, but they may not know. So
yeah. Well, and other people will identify with it. That, if it's like you were saying, being genuine, then people will pick up on that and be like, oh, this is me too. So
Yeah, find out how
cool.
it fits in their life. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think more about what the music means to you on that same vein, or how listeners will interpret it when you're writing?
That's such a good question. I think I'm a big believer. Like sometimes, at least my favorite artists and songs, some of them are really specific. I almost like don't know what you're talking about sometimes, and you throw in people's names and places of bars that you've been to. And while it's like really specific, it actually ends up being more universal because you start to think of places I've been to and like this other girl in my life who might be the person they're talking about. So I think I always write for me. I think it's always going to be that. And in a way, I feel like it has to be that because that's why I love it. But I think the more specific you are, obviously the goal is to reach people and have people feel seen through music. But I think that happens when you do it for yourself. So it's kind of like a byproduct. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Follow-up question to that. Who are your influences? Who have you like kind of followed your whole life?
Oh yeah. In terms of whole life, it's been like the Lumineers, and I don't know if you know Gregory Alan Isakov. Those
Oh,
are my
yes.
two pillars. College and on the last 5 or 6 years has been Brandy Carlisle. I think she's such a fantastic writer, and the twins that she
Excellent.
writes with are fantastic. And I'd say most recently, in the past couple of years, I'm a big Isaac Opatz fan. I don't know if you know who he is, but
No, not yet.
yes, he's great. He's fantastic. He's smaller, but I like every time I meet someone new, like in this case, I try to push his music because I think he's so fantastic if you like
Awesome.
storytelling music. So I've learned a lot from his music. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna check
Cool.
him out.
All right.
Very
Yes,
cool.
absolutely. So do you remember your very first performance and what was that like compared to now?
I do. I think I was just doing like a piano, what do you call it? Like from the lesson books, I had a
Yeah.
teacher, she stood out, which I think I did pretty good. I remember the first time I sang on stage, I think I did, oh, what's that song? All the leaves are brown and the
Oh
sky is
yeah.
red.
Tell
I
Free
love
Dreamin'. Yeah.
yes. Yeah, I did that song and I think it went okay, but I think I blocked it out, but it was fun and I remember enjoying being on stage. So I guess that was important.
You got hooked then.
Yes.
Yes,
Have you
exactly.
had a favorite gig so far that you've been lucky enough to do?
Yeah, it's been more recent actually. In September, I did Americana Fest for the first time. I know you guys were down there as
Yes, and
well.
we didn't get to see
Um,
you.
no, it's that week is crazy. Like
Yeah.
I feel like I didn't see enough people either. I
It
love
was
being there. Yeah, hopefully if I get to be there again next year, I want to like make more time to actually see people instead of just doing what I'm doing. I wish I had done that. It was the Bluebird show. I think I'm playing there again in January, which got confirmed today, which is awesome. I love the Bluebird. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I didn't even notice. So that was the best show. That's like just an incredible venue. People who walk in there, even if you're a tourist, people just care about music. People are there to listen, and that is such a fun show to play when people are listening. Yeah.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Yeah,
What a
that
cool
is-
gig.
Yes.
So
Very
will you be playing the new songs there?
Yeah, I was at the last show too. I have a bad habit of playing music that's not out yet. That's my favorite thing to do. And I think at that venue too, like people want to hear things that are like very new. So I'm sure I'll play the new record as well as like other songs upcoming as well. Yeah.
Great.
so very cool.
So you talked a little bit about how you have moved more into the Americana genre. How has your music evolved since you started?
I don't know if you've like gotten to listen to the first record I put out. It's called Bloodline. There's a few standout ones there that I love, but I was in college. I went to Berkeley, the music school, so I was just spending a lot of time trying to figure out what I wanted to do. A lot of like the female music in Berkeley is very pop centered a lot of the time. So in a way, I kind of felt like that's what I had to do.
Okay.
And when you're learning production and whatnot, it's just an easy avenue to learn.
Sure.
So that album goes like straight pop music down to folk. It really doesn't make sense. I love the album dearly because it's who I was at like 19 years old, but I learned very quickly through that album that I did not want to make pop music and I wanted to do more storytelling music. So I think that's when I learned to move into the new genre. Yeah.
So this new album is obviously it's on the Americana part of
Yes.
the genre. Tell us more about the album and how it all came together.
Yeah, I between after college, I moved home in about 2022. Then those 2 years there, I knew I wanted to work on a record. I released an EP in between that was kind of dabbling on the same topics, but I just kind of woke up one day realizing I wanted to I don't know if like mature is the right word. I wanted to mature with music. I like was done writing about topics that were maybe just simpler, and I wanted to dig deeper and talk more about things that aren't love. It's hard to write music that isn't love because it's the most accessible thing to most people, but
Mhm.
I've been really, a lot of the album came inspired from being home, feeling very, very, very lost, but feeling grateful that I have such good family and I got connected to high school friends that I was so close with for so long. So I think a lot of the album is gratitude. And also, it's an album for anyone who's very lost and just a reminder that, you don't, there is no finish. The finish line of life, this is so deep, but the finish line of life is death. Like there's no marks to hit, no path is better than anyone else's path, and you don't need to be the winner of something first to be an important person. So I think that's what the album is about.
I love that
Me
so
too.
much. I can't wait for the
Yeah.
new album.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Should we do a rapid fire?
We should.
All
Yes,
right.
let's do it.
We're going to ask you some questions. Don't think too hard. Well,
Okay.
Yeah, these are
just answer
whatever.
as it comes to you.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee for sure, no doubt.
Vinyl, cassette, CD, or streaming.
Vinyl, if I'm gonna actually buy, of course, streaming is so accessible, but vinyl, I'm gonna go vinyl.
Okay. First album you ever bought?
Oh my gosh, this is such a random poll. Do you know Tom Odell? He's like, I really, that's I haven't heard of anything he's done recently, but I bought a Tom Odell album. Yeah.
Okay, because I think I saw like when we went searching for vinyl, or I think I saw some of his albums.
That's funny.
That's
funny.
Yeah.
Okay, what's your go-to karaoke song if you have one?
Probably. Oh, you said not to. I'm always thinking too hard. Honestly, I think it might be Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John. That's like one of my favorite songs. So it's a fun one.
That's a good one.
Okay, right. Do you like to write at night, in the morning, or somewhere in between?
Probably nighttime. Yeah.
A lot of people say that. It's kind of
Yeah.
cool. Do you write lyrics on paper, phone notes, voice memos, or typing them up?
It's all electronic. I wish I was cool enough to write it down, but I just can't. Sometimes you think too fast and it's like, I don't have time to, cross it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't read it later. That's what I find. I'm like,
Yes.
what did I say
That's
here?
so true. That's very true.
Okay, what is your pre-show pump-up song if you have one?
Ooh, I don't know if it's a pump up song, but anything that makes me inspired. So probably Brandy Carlisle, because I want to get on stage and feel inspired. So probably anything by her.
Cool. Love her. Dogs, cats, fish, birds, or reptiles for a pet?
I had a chinchilla for a long time, so I'm a big chinchilla lover. And then runner up to that is dog.
Okay, describe your sound in 3 words.
Oh my gosh. Wow. These are all hopefully earthy, sentimental, and cool.
I love it. I love it. Okay, what advice would you give to new musicians and or songwriters?
That's crazy because I'm always like wanting advice. So it's so hard to give advice when you want advice. I would say if you want to write music, you have to study music that you love. A lot of it, sometimes I think people give you advice about writing music. I think sometimes you can't always teach people to write music. I think you have to listen to people you think are so good, even down to, I do it a lot, like print the lyrics out and analyze why I think, like you're in high school again, like why things work. I think that can really get you far in being a writer, I would say.
That's great. And what's funny to me about that is, so I did my master's in poetry and I did that with poems, but have I ever thought I should sit down and do that with songs? No, I have not. So thank you very much. It's great advice.
Okay, I want to ask this before we move on to the sharing a song. What comes next? What are you up to next?
Well, I have a record coming out January 30th, which is exciting. I have a single, the 3rd single of the album coming out this Friday called June, You're on My Mind. It's the first track of the album. It's probably my favorite. So I'm excited that one's coming out. And prior to this, I released 2 singles. One's called El Cortez, about my dad. So if you want to hear a song about my dad, you can play that. And Plans Upon Plans, which is about a lot of what we burned to the ground today, about just letting go of all the life plans that you thought were going to work out by a certain time that did not. And yeah, I'm excited about the record. That's really what I'm focusing on, I think, the next year.
Very cool. And now
Yeah.
it's time for your shameless plug. Where can we find your music? Do you have Bandcamp? Do you have Patreon? What's your website and all your social medias?
Yeah. It's all a Google search away. If you just click my name, I don't know if it is written right there. It's just everything is Natalie Del Carmen. Luckily, at least so far, it's been pretty easy to find. So all streaming, Instagram, social media is all just my name, Natalie Del Carmen. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Natalie. This has been so much fun. It's great to meet you.
Yes. And the album, I
too.
cannot wait to hear all of these songs that we haven't here yet.
So listeners, please check her out because she's gonna be going far.
You're awesome. Thank you. This was great. And such good questions. These were fun questions. I like these.